Hi, welcome to my Kevo teardown. I looked on the internet, couldn't find a diagram or a picture or a video to help me tear this thing apart, so I figured I would do it myself. Please excuse the editing. I did it in reverse order. The thing was already taken apart and I kind of put it together. It's not the best, but it's better than nothing. Running out of time on my camera, so just a quick start. You'll see these two screws on the front. They hold the case to the circuit board and the gear case. On the back, there's about 7 screws. 2 of which, these browner ones, hold the case to this metal part, and then the 5 hold the... Once you get your case off, you can see that here's the brains of the operation. We're going to be taking all 4 screws off that you can see to disassemble it, and then we're going to take all 5 screws out of the back to get this guy apart. We're about to take the metal receiver off. I've removed the 5 screws that go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll know that those hold the metal receiver onto the gear case because they have that black plastic circle right there. And here's the gear case with the circuit board attached. 3 screws to take off to get the circuit board, and then there'll be 1 more screw to get the cover of the gear case off. Once you get the circuit board off, this is what it looks like, and that 1 screw right there is what keeps the cover of the gear case holding all the drivetrain together. So here's the receiver where the gears go in. This little guy goes in first. He goes in, not there, he goes into the little hole right there. You can see you have it right if the little gears are on top, because that's how it's going to be driving the main drive gear. Main drive gear with the logics and the stoppers goes on the key hole like that, and you can see you did it right if it lines up with the worm gear. And here we have it lined up. Oh my god, I think the gloves are making it tough, but you can see that when the worm gear spins the, let's call it the driver gear, it's going to turn that main actuator gear. And then finally, and I don't know if we'll do this one-handed, the motor goes in, electrode side up, snaps into the circuit board with those 2 little prongs right there by my thumb, and kind of goes like, get that right angle right, like that, assuming the black cover were there. And we should be able to put this guy together. So here's what the final motor case looks like. You can see it looks like what should be when we put it next to the fully assembled version. So I've secured the case to the gearbox and the motherboard with the 5 screws that go into the black holes. If we flip this guy over, now we have to put in the 2 push buttons, which go up here, and respectively they're interchangeable. You can flip them over, and then the motherboard's going to go in like this. So you can see I've slid in the 2 push buttons, and they're held in by inertia right now, and then all you do is push the card in, and that's it for the push buttons. So I misspoke earlier. Those screws should be going in before the paper card. And at this point you should have 2 screws left. The 2 little sheet metal screws, which are short, and then the 2 little machine screws, which are a little bit longer. And what's going to happen is the 2 little guys are going to go in there in the front, and they'll hold that piece of paper in. And then on the back, the 2 browner ones will go in, and they will match to the last 2 holes on the back. So let me just go ahead and put that guy together. So that completes the Kevo teardown. You can see the 2 browner of the 7 screws on the back are in place, holding the case with the latch key on top. You can see the latch key rotates. I must have put it back together somewhat correct. The 2 screws at the top are in. The paper is hold secure, and then we should be able to fire this up. So I got the lock back together. I put it back on the door. As you can see, works despite taking it down to ground zero. Here's the acid test though. Let's see if it works from the outside. Already calibrated the key. Let's give it a shot. Doesn't sound great. I think there's some teeth missing on the drive gear, but it is definitely locked. Try one more time. Unlock it. Doesn't sound great, but it works. As you can see, it's actually more responsive than it used to be. We were able to take the Kevo down to bare metal, put it back together, and it is good as new. Thanks for watching. Bye.